Alright, what's up guys? This is Average Aaron. I'm going to be doing a video today on how to remove a decal as well as the sticky tar substance underneath, or any type of tar substance that you may have some residual from anything that you have on your car, be it a sticker or a decal or something like that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just a putty knife. It's got a lot of use over the years. I'm going to stick it behind there a little bit around each side and work it loose because I don't want to deform it if I want to put it back on. The reason I'm removing this particular decal on this 2003 Dodge Ram 2500 is because when I put a fender flare on here, it's going to actually sit over the top of this. So I'm actually going to pull this off, put the fender flare on, and then adjust it forward and go from there. So go ahead and pry around. Should come off. Just like that. There's the decal, and then there's the residual stuff that you have left on there. Now, one of the challenges with removing some of that is it is on there hardcore. And so one of the things you can use is a razor, razor blade, which is not recommended, but I'll show you guys what that looks like. So I just have one of these here. I'm going to bend it so as to not scratch the paint so much, because I just painted, and try to get some of that off. And you can see it gets some of the thicker stuff. So you can start with this, but be really careful because you don't want to damage any of the paint. Now if you saw, I just took off a thin slice of paint on the top. I actually just painted, and that's actually a little bit of left of the clear coat that I just took off right there. Still have to do a little bit of polishing and whatnot to remove that. I'm not going to bore you guys with the rest of this removal, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, remove some of the bigger stuff, and then show you how to get the last of that small, finer stuff off there so you can have a cleaner look. So I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I removed some of the topical stuff. I actually used that plastic putty knife again to remove some more of it. What I'm going to do now is use a heat gun. And I just chose this flat attachment here to put onto the end of it. And I'm going to crank it up all the way as high as it'll go. I'm just going to apply a lot of heat and leave it on here for a minute. Now, don't put it directly on the paint because that could potentially ruin it. And then also you want to watch to make sure you don't burn or melt any of your plastic. So just watch for the discoloration and some other things. And I'm not going to bore you with how to use a heat gun, but it's going to be a little bit annoying to hear. But I'll do a little bit here so you guys can hear it. All right, so I'm just going to hold it about ½ an inch to an inch away and just let the heat build up on there. And it takes a while for the gun to warm up too. To get to the hottest point. So once you get there, you want to take just any rag will work, and then press pretty hard and wipe it down. And as you continue to remove it, use a different part of the rag, because whatever sticky residual film is left on here, you'll end up wiping it across everywhere else. And you can just get a wet towel with some soap and water to remove that. It shouldn't be too challenging when you get in there and figure out how to do that. Alright, so this has just been about 20 to 30 seconds heat gun on it. I'll show you what effect that has here in just a second. See how it's definitely coming off there and got it. Obviously I need to get soap and water to get the rest of it, but it works really well. Heats up that adhesive to the point where it's no longer sticky, and you can kind of roll it and wipe it off. It's a slow process, but it's good and it works. And you can see it rolling up there. A little bit of elbow grease and it'll all be gone here. And basically a heat gun is what you want to use. Some people have said you can use a hair dryer, but I've never tried that. I just went with this tool that my friend let me borrow. Alright, and I'll come back after I got it all removed here. Alright, and we're back, and we can see now that spot looks a lot better. Got all the grease and grime removed. One thing you can't say, I did remove my paint. Now this will not normally happen on your vehicle, but I just recently repainted this 3 weeks ago, about 2.5, and I had some on the tape, and when I pulled it, it started a weak fracture, and then it just got underneath there. And so when I scraped, it just came off there. But that's all right, because this is going underneath the fender, and I'd rather have the primer that you see here than the rust that was there previously. So yeah, that's how you remove sticky tarnish or any residual sticky stuff from bumpers or decals, just using a putty knife, a razor if you want to, or you can use a heat gun with an attachment like this, or any of the circular attachments that fit on there as well. I hope this helps, and makes your guys' cars look a little bit better. Thank you very much, and have a good day.